Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just What I Am Playing Final Fantasy XIV. Last episode we had to clean up after a mess, some messy business in the headquarters of the Science of the Seventh Dawn, and we also did Cutter's Cry last episode, just one of the optional dungeons, and in this episode we're going to go and continue. As somebody with his freaking chocobo flies in. Hello Marquis. I'm not imagining it, Lynn. I know I'm being watched. This is different, sinister. It is as if I'm under observation. Feeling comes and goes. I felt it when last I ventured outside, yes. I know it. Will you look outside for me, please? It will only take a moment. All eyes on us. Meanwhile, the dog is going to be barking like crazy. Man, I like this new hairstyle. Imperial bastards. You will die for what you have wrought. Well, kind of, yes. There we go. You were attacked, weren't you? Are you unharmed? Thank the gods. I knew it. He was watching me, but why was he watching me? What did he want? What did he want with me? Did he perhaps know something of my past? If only I could ask him. I need to think. Please allow me a moment alone. Wait, Father Iliud must hear of this. Will you tell him for me? It's important. I think others may come for me again. Heavens forfend. Such a thing could happen. It could happen on holy ground. Do you have any idea who this man was? Did you notice anything distinctive about his garb, possessions? Standard issue plate for all Guardian infantry. This is Guardian steel, which means the man who was watching Marquis was. Make haste to Count Drybone at once. We must summon the immortal flames before more Imperials come. Right. Hello. Hello. Wow, they look shitty, but they have more stats.
I fondly hoped that I might be the first to speak with you. Would that I had been so fortunate. At ease, adventurer. I come not on behalf of the Empire. On the contrary, I mean to revive the scions of the Seventh Dawn, and to that end, I have come in search of a legend. The greatest engineer of our time, Master Cid Garland. I have come for you.
I fear you are mistaken, child.
I forgot this guy's voice.
He is but a poor soul who bore witness to the horrors at Cartano. I beg of you, leave us in peace.
Wait, Hear me, Cid. Eorzea needs you.
Cid, was it? Here. These belong to you. I thought you bore the mark of greatness. It seems that I was right. Our time together was all too brief, but it felt as though my son had returned to me. You have brought joy to an old man's life. But it is time for you to help those who truly need you. Who are you?
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. As a scion of the Seventh Dawn, I stand against our primal and imperial foes, as my grandfather once did. 'Tis no secret what befell our order at the Waking Sands. Word has already spread across Eorzea. The repercussions are far greater than you realize. In the wake of the calamity, the three city-states focused their efforts solely on reconstruction, leaving the Scions to combat the primal threat unaided. And lo, we are all but destroyed. Yet even as the nations mourn our demise and abandon what little hope they have left, we cannot forsake our duty, now least of all. The Ixal have summoned Garuda once more, and she torments the people of Coerthas as we speak. Her appetite for destruction far exceeds that of other primals. Worse, in her present incarnation, our Baldessian colleagues believe she surpasses both Ifrit and Titan in strength. Yet, therein lies an opportunity. Were we somehow to defeat Garuda, it would serve as a warning to the other beast tribes that even their mightiest gods can be felled. If we are to face our foe, we must first circumvent the tempest that shields her sanctuary. And for that, we need an airship. Your airship, Cid.
I have an airship?
Yes, Cid, you do. Your very own airship. It was last seen in the skies over Gridania, not long before the calamity. So let us begin our search there.
An airship? My airship? Oh, wait.
Come, let us put an end to the primals. Together, we will show the world that the Scions are still a force to be reckoned with.
They need my airship. They need me.
Launch speed in Eastern Sunderland is increased. Yes. What a curious twist of fate that Mr. Sid Garland would at last be found within our church. It defies imagination. Beg your pardon, Lynn. You wish to find his airship, yes? I don't know how much truth there is to it, but there is a tale known as the final flight of the Enterprise, which grew popular in the wake of the calamity. Much like the Great Gubu Wall of old. Oh my god! Really? So, let me just go and give you a little bit of, like, a history lesson, kind of. So, in the final moments of 1.0, which was the version before this, so at the end, they basically destroyed the world by, you saw it in the beginning cutscene. The world got destroyed by the calamity. Technically, kind of. But it was, like, very apocalyptic, with, like, the moon, like, Dalamud, being very visible in the sky, everything being red and, like, yeah, just very menacing. And one of the things that they did was some people at the final moments decided to erect a great wall of Gubu. So just like a line of people riding on a Gubu in front of Ul'dah. I never noticed that this was written in the game. My god, I need to read more. Actually, no, I just need to make more videos and then I'll read it that way. It states that the Enterprise flew northwest from Gridania towards Coerthas. If true, the airship would have passed through the north route, likely over Falgord Float, the closest settlement to Coerthas. Mayhap the Serpents stationed there have records of the events that have transpired that day. I'd hoped you might rest for your journey for a time, but I see that the world still has need of you, and the silence. Pray look after yourself and safe, then. Alright. Let's get a move on. Alright. This way. Is there aught I can assist you with, miss? The Enterprise, you speak of Master Godon's ship, yes? Ah, I needn't refer to the records. I know that the ship was sighted overhead 5 years ago. Clearly bound for Coerthas. What became of it after that, I cannot say. If you wish to know more, pray speak with Fort at Florentel Spire. He was on duty that day, and saw it with his own eyes. I am unsure what it is you hope to accomplish, though. Even should you locate the ship, would you not need a man of Master Godon's caliber to fly it? I hear tell that the machinery is fiendishly complex. Fiendishly complex. That's a word. That's... More fates, which I do not care about. How's my hunting log looking, actually? Them schnippers, I didn't kill them schnippers. And the rest is all in Coerthas, so... And Outer Ladash. Okay, so... Oh yeah, they are on the Blood Shore, but I just didn't care. Also, where am I going? Not over here, apparently. Wow. That's what happens when you don't pay attention. Yay. I also do not need a lot of XP, and I can reach my next job quest. Hello. You have come in search of the Elden... No. You've come in search of Fort? Then well met, for you have found him. Indeed, I have served as a whaler for many years. Since before the Great Snows came to Coerthas. What exactly is this about? Ah, the final flight of the Enterprise. I do indeed remember that day. Ah, this is like the heavy armor. This looks so stupid. It was on the eve of the Battle of Cartano, nigh on 5 years ago. I held the spire alone that night, while the bulk of our forces marched to meet the enemy in the field. Then, all of a sudden, the most fantastic airship I have ever seen split the sky overhead. I could only watch in shock as it disappeared over the mountains to the northwest. If the Enterprise wasn't destroyed during the calamity, I'd wager it's still somewhere in Coerthas. The astrologers at the observatorium may have records which could help, but to obtain them you would have to deal with the Ishgardians who control the region. I wouldn't expect much, though. The high houses have long been concerned with their own affairs above all else. When Dalamud descended, they took shelter behind our gates. And even now, they have little regard for the plight of other nations. Nevertheless, they may deem to assist you, should you prove yourself useful. Consider providing your services to the soldiers who guard the observatorium. Though they may refuse you at first, I've little doubt they would accept the aid freely offered. Right. I think once I have the Aetherite in Coerthas over here, then I'll probably go over to the Blood Shore and get the next thing. And I'm gonna have to go over there anyway for my freaking job quest, so it works out perfectly. I'm also 10 levels higher than my quarry, which is quite interesting. I'm not gonna lie. Man, this hair change is like has changed the freaking world for me. If you're wondering how I got, like, just maybe out of nowhere, but if you're wondering how I got the inspiration to suddenly change my hair color, it's because of a character. Actually, like later on in the Warrior story, I ran into a character and I was like, wow, that's what I want my character to look like. And I just noticed what I liked, so there we go. Do more of these. As you can hear, there's also different music. There we go. Speaking of music and sound in general, I'm going to lower the volume a little bit more. The thing is, I need to keep my PC at 100%. The audio of my PC, which means that I need to like use my turn wheel on my headphone, on my headset, to lower the amount of noise being blasted into my ears. And it's a little bit annoying doing that. That's Highland Google. Oh yeah, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see, is it system? I think it's rather character stuff. Control, targets, limit ring movement, highlight potential targets, filters character general. Is it in general maybe? Third person stuff. Look at target when something. What is this? Item settings. My god. I'm sorry, okay. UI settings maybe. Hotbar, display name. Ugh. Display flying text. Display? Wow, display. Not display. Okay, I'll be right back, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it on my own. Okay, so in character configuration, underneath UI settings, and then HUD. Let's see. Aha, display targets remaining HP percentage. There we go. My god. It's not necessary, but it allows you to see like how close you were to win, or something of the sort. Or lose. You have like a 0.1% loss, it's like, Also, these are boots that I should have equipped. Kabam. They look like shit, but whatever. Okay, people, I wanted to actually enter this little town area. Well, I think I can continue it a bit more, but I do need to go to the bathroom in a moment. Excuse me, can you repeat that? You wish to offer your services to House Duran there? And what, pray tell, do you wish to receive in exchange? Ha! How absurd. As if it would permit an outsider to peruse the records of the observatorium. Do not mistake our courtesy for friendliness. The Holy See of Ishgard may allow foreigners to travel freely within these lands, but we do not intend to offer succor to strangers. What does this one actually look like? Right. Hello and have mercy, are you still here? You may take shelter within our walls if you insist, but do not distract me while I'm on duty. We're stretched thin as it is. And where in the hell is it at night? I said I'm out on patrol. They should have returned ages ago. Perhaps I have a use for you after all. If you still wish to aid us, search the wilds to the west for my missing man. You will know him by his uniform. That is House Duran there. That is mine. Ah, there's also a new dungeon available. Let's see the... yeah. I'll have to decide what I want to do. I could definitely do it. But I want to wait, I think. Until I've unlocked the next story-related dungeon. I'm gonna try to do the dungeons in the order that the game wants me to. Like in level order, basically. Alright, goodbye. I think in that case, right? Let's see, the next one is indeed that one, and then it's the other one, okay. If it wasn't for you, miss, I reckon they would have finished me off. Despicable dragon-loving bastards. That was a mercy they didn't deserve. I prayed the rumors were mistaken, but this confirms the worst. I must immediately inform my superiors that the heretics are operating within this region. Very well, friend. It's very interesting revisiting this particular part of the world after playing Heavensward. Right. I must say I didn't actually expect to find my knight, much less rescue him. I see I may have been premature in my judgment, miss. We are a proud people, beholden to tradition, but that does not mean we are without humility. I should instruct the astrologians to entertain your requests. However, understand that it is ultimately their decision whether or not you may peruse their records. Pray proceed to the observatorium and introduce yourself to Edmo. Ah, the lady come in search of the airship. No, that's the lady again. This is highly unorthodox. Whatever could Sir Ludovois be thinking? It is true that we maintain meticulous records which stretch back generations. However, because this information is used to charge Dervanian activity, access is strictly controlled. One can never be too careful with heretics and their sympathizers lurking about. If you would persist with your inquiries, pray seek an audience with Chief Astrologian Forlabord, up above. Alright. Up we go. Yes, get ready to do this multiple times, by the way. I thought I was gonna fall off for a second, which would have been funny. Right. And there we go. No, absolutely not. Have you any inkling what it is you ask? Were our records to fall into the wrong hands, it could change the course of a war, which has raged for generations. I speak not of some mere spat between Southron nations. Ours is a holy crusade, and we are the arbiters of Halone's will. I will not put a great nation at risk, certainly not to help a foreigner locate a missing airship of all things. Pardon the intrusion, Voldemort. I wish to speak with you regarding the recent... Oh, did not realize you had a guest. Inquisitor Guillaume, you honor us with your presence, sir. The lady was just leaving. Ah, you must be the one who rescued House Durandair's knight from those heretics. Doubtless they feel indebted to you. I'm told you seek an airship last seen in Coerthas 5 years ago, yes? You come to us at an inconvenient time, I fear. Much has changed in the intervening years, and little for the better. While I wish you the best of luck in your search, I would also strongly advise caution. The snows can come quickly in Coerthas. One moment you may feel as though you have a firm grasp on your surroundings, safe and secure in your knowledge, and the next you may find yourself in a wholly unfamiliar situation, blind to the dangers hidden by the blizzard. It would be wise for you to focus on a single landmark whilst traveling. Do not give in to temptation and deviate from your course. I was not aware you aided House Durandair in that fashion. Thank you, madam. Nevertheless, my decision stands. I cannot give you what you seek. There we go, game over. That's it. Let's see. Trash. You there, madam. I could not help but overhear your conversation with the Chief Astrologian. There may be a way I can assist you, but it would require that you perform me a favor in exchange. An associate of mine has yet to return from his expedition to the cliffs east of the observatorium. He was adamant that he could conduct his observations alone, despite the presence of Ixod in the vicinity. If you would seek out this astrologian and confirm that he is well, it would be a great comfort to me. Alright. And now let's go and just, drop down. Ew. And then I just go and press the auto run button. Yeah. There you go. Oh, hello. Some of my hunting log enemies. Some caracol skin, which is not that useful, I seem to remember, as a crafting material. Speaking of crafting materials, should probably go and clean up my inventory at some point. Ah, this is the reason why I was farming them. Baskets of fleece. They are very useful. To make wool, which is used for a lot of recipes. I've come up with a new recipe. I wish Final Fantasy 15 was better, for me, in any case. It just feels sloppy. There we go. Let's see, what else do I need? So I need a snipper, these red horn ogres, and the Johnny Evis, snowstorm, kubu, and a grenade. Someone should send him a bomb or something. Received grenade. Final Fantasy VII is amazing. I really enjoyed my adventure with Final Fantasy VII. It was so good. Alright. Hello. Aiding. Would have believed to see someone other than a goddamn birdman. Thought I could finish my work whilst the Ixal were away, but they returned far quicker than I anticipated. It was all I could do to hide and hope they might leave again before I froze it. Wait, who are you? You're not one of our knights. A man of House Durandare cannot be seen in the company of an unbeliever. Good day, madam. Wow. Wow. Dude gets saved, calls me a non-believer, leaves. Nice. Well, I guess it's technically not wrong. Look at this. Look at all of these ads. These are all ads, by the way. It's freaking insane. Just a bunch of ads. They're everywhere. The ads are bloody everywhere. White mischief. Press X to dab. I get. Oh right, I get storm seals from the hunting log. I keep on forgetting about that. Let's take a look actually. Yeah, so I can technically do these ones to get enough things. Wow. To get enough seals so I can unlock the point where I can just throw all of the freaking gear that I get from dungeons. Right. The arrogant fool returned not long before you arrived, muttering about the disgrace of having been rescued by an unbeliever. Serves him right for underestimating the dangers our knights face every day. Ah, but you are eager to locate your airship. It may surprise you that by saving him, you have already aided your own cause. House Durandare is quick to regard outsiders with suspicion, as it is their duty to sound the alarm at first sight of Dravanian aggression. Yet you have already aided them twice, for which they are honor-bound to repay you. Even so, they will not grant you the access to the observatorium's records. That is just as well, for there are other ways you might locate your missing airship. What I propose is that you petition Lord Portelaine for an official introduction to the other high houses. The word of House Durandare carries tremendous weight in Ishgard. Should the captain consent, you would have little trouble obtaining information from the other high houses. That's a lot of words. That's a lot of written words. Ew. Oh boy. Wow, she made not a sound. What a champ. Alright. You've caused quite a stir in your short time here. First you slay 2 heretics and save a knight, and now I hear you have rescued a man of our house. I imagine you must desire something for your troubles. Introduction to the other high houses. I cannot deny that you have given us no cause to distrust you, but while you have performed 2 acts, you would have me endorse you to 3 high houses? It is only fitting that you aid us one final time, wouldn't you agree? Sure, buddy. Now, I understand you are very eager to find your missing airship. Worry not, for this task should take a woman of your skills but a moment to complete. Not long ago, a porter bound for Skyfire Locks was ambushed on the road due west of here. Though he escaped with his life, he would very much like his wares. As well. On the off chance any portion of his shipment remains, I would have you travel to the scene of the robbery and bring back what you find. Lest you intend to perform only a cursory search, bear in mind that recovering the stolen merchandise will endear you to House Hillenard, further improving the chances that they indulge your request for aid. Don't you love royalty? Or nobility, technically. I do not. I hate it. Makes for good storytelling, though. Makes me hate people. Otherwise, I'm not really the type of person to hate people. At least in usual situations. Depends on how much of an asshole they are. Right. Hooded Assaulter. Times 3. Big Bonkerinos. Hello. Paralyze. Of course you would cast Paralyze on me. Well, for some kind of reason, she didn't manage to finish her cast. I have no idea why. Okay. Right, mount. Stop moving. Mount up. Bird up. Oh man. Friggin' something about is amazing. Or like terminal montage. Freaking amazing. So good. I got 1 gil and 3 gil. By the gods. Alright. Got it. Epic good tidings to share, or better yet, stolen merchandise to show. Gods bless you, friend. It's all here, every last... But wait, that chest over there looks like it might have been pillaged. Bloody hell, it's a personal property of Lord Francel, too. Are you certain? Clearly an attempt was made to open it, but the lock appears to have held. Nevertheless, if you wish to verify the contents again, against your shipping manifest, be my guest. Fury, take me a draconian rosary in the possession of Lord Francel? Yet, perhaps this is not so difficult to fathom. House Hillenard is whispered to be infested with heretics. Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention, miss. I shall inform the Inquisitors immediately. Under these circumstances, I must strongly advise against associating with House Hillenard. Your other introductions will need to be postponed as well. It is the duty of every Asgardian to root out, and destroy heretics. All else must wait until this matter is resolved. Yay, more filler! What else did you expect, really? Right, the Rose and the Unicorn. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Are you? Yeah, you're mine. Lord Francel is no heretic. He's a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Hillenard for years prior to the calamity. We must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss. He will know for a friend. He will know you for a friend. Now go. Alright. Let's go and get a move on. Can I jump over this fence at some point? Yeah. No? There's a freaking... There's the gate over here. Over here. Also, totally unrelated, but still very hyped, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Getting an early launch. It's freaking amazing. Ah, can't wait. Cannot wait. It only feels like yesterday when I saw a trailer of that. I still love the fact that when... I'm sorry, this once again, it's nothing to relate to this, but I want to talk about it nonetheless. I absolutely adore the fact that at the end of the Nintendo Direct I was like, maybe Xenoblade, but probably not Xenoblade. And then I saw the thing and I was like, this is... Like this, when I saw the first thing I was like, oh, this is new. This looks kind of interesting. And then it was like, oh wait, this is Xenoblade Chronicles, isn't it? And bam, it was Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and I was like, ah! Let's continue with the game now. Yes, you look as though you have something to say, do you? Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket? Or are you happy to meet me? Whoa! That's bold. I see stare... I'm sorry, but this face is such a baby face. Like, why? Whatever. I see Sir Carolot has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. A pity it has not been seen in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall to the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the draconian rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered by many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt, well, this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It's as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It's only proper that I recompensate you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship. I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Horsefont, of House Four Toms, commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction. He will surely be receptive to your needs. Nod. Nod. Right. Also, no music at all. That's a little bit creepy. Bum. Hello, big freaking alligator. Nobles and their pets. One day they... Wait. These are also amazing, by the way. One day they will see some tiny creatures from the window of their pillowed carriage and simply have to have it. That is, until it grows too large and violent for their quaint seaside villa. At which time they order their majordomo to toss it back into the wild. It now having learned to loathe all who take advantage of it once again until it finally is to be put down. What? That's weird. That's a little bit weird. I'll just continue. I think the next couple of enemies I need are like way up in the north. Except for the snowstorm goobos, they are over to the left over here, I think. But before we do any of those things, it is time for me to go back over to Costa del Sol. Because I have a quest to do, which will give me gear, so... tuning. There we go. And in the meantime, I can also go and, you know, kill the schnippers that I gotta kill. That's... Hey, showers. That's a pretty rare, weather effect. There's a certain fish that you can only catch when it showers, so... Yes, fishing. Joy. We'll get to that at a later point too, but I don't think I'm gonna be catching all the rare fish. Also, any like very exclusive stuff that requires a ridiculous amount of work, which I'm not willing to do for this character, I will show you on my personal character. Stuff like, for people who know it, the relic weapons. I'm going to do one relic weapon for this character, but I'm not gonna do all of them. Not anymore. I've done that once and will never do that again. Because that was a ridiculous pain in the butt. Alright, you snipper. There we go. That is all of them schnippers dead. We do have increased movement, mount speed over here, so... Let us go over to the falls. Alright, Curious Gorge, what do you have for us now? Welcome again, my friends. I was wondering when your travels would bring you back this way. It just so happens that I have some exciting news. I finally uncovered the clues pertaining to the whereabouts of the lost armor of my ancestors. As it turns out, after the fallen hero cast the 5 pieces from the mountaintop, 5 of his pupils set out to recover them, intending to restore their master's name. What is more, they were actually successful in the search. However, when it came to reunite the set, the armor's great power began to work up their minds, and not one could bring himself to relinquish his peace. Realizing then that their master's fatal pride was born of the artifact's combined influence, the pupils resolved to keep the pieces separate, and to share between five the power that might otherwise have consumed one. Thus did each of them carve his own place in history. The chronicles go on to say that years later, prior to death, each of the pupils returns to the scene of his own greatest victory and buried the artifact in his possession in a final attempt to prevent any one warrior from holding the set, and it is there that the pieces still rest. You may be interested to know that the armor I wear is itself a replica of the set crafted by my ancestors, identical in all respects, save for its lack of the arcane enchantments that adorn the original. I know that you might be thinking, if we were to bring the 5 pieces together once more, what would prevent us from being corrupted in the same fashion? Well, I've thought of that. What we need only to do is trace the runes we find on the armor onto every piece of warrior gear. That way, there will be no need to worry about a single proud fool becoming drunk on his all-surpassing power, as every warrior in the realm would be possessed of the selfsame might. It's quite brilliant if I do say so myself. So how about we split up and begin the search straight away? 3 of the locations seem quite self-evident. I would entrust the search there to you while I track down the other 2 with the tome in hand. One piece is said to be buried under the great rocks of Boulders Down in Coerthas, while another slumbers peacefully at Camp Tranquil in the South Shroud. The last of the 3 rests untouched at Coerthas Peace in western Tanana. Unearth those 3 relics and bring them to me. With any measure of fortune, I'll have tracked down the remaining 2 by the time of your return. They're all, like, not here, so... Well, let's get a move on. Because this gear is gonna give me some good stats. It is gonna look a little bit crappy though, so I'm probably not gonna be wearing it, but... Okay. Alright. First, an enemy! The Emerald Salamander, the super boss. It does have a lot of HP though, which is a little bit annoying, but yeah well. There we go. Gimme, gimme, gimme. That's a big old friggin' chest. Right, and thus we get ourselves these things. The Fighter's Gauntlets. Right. Let's go over here. That is at Vesper Bay. It works out perfectly. Since I still have a Vesper Bay Easter egg ticket. Alright. But we still need to go pretty far northward. Which is fine, really. Are the enemies in here gonna attack me at this level? Bogey! Look at all these bogeys! Wow. And a gruesome gargoyle. That's related to a job quest, I think. If I remember quite right. Also, I have a lot of these. I don't think that these enemies are gonna be high enough level to attack me, so... Which is really nice, because... Screw these enemies. Let's... And then we get Heket. The frog to end all frogs. I see that there's a blue mage over there. I know what they are doing. There we go. Let me get my chest. There we go. And I get a pair of fighter's jackboots. Which will give me a lot of freaking stats. Holy crap. Yeah, it's a lot of stats you're giving me there, baby. Right. And boulders down. The boulder. I do not. I think both of these would be really far away, so just go over here. Well, I have even more hiccups. Boulders down is a really annoying place to reach because it's literally on the other side of the Coerthas Central Highlands. I think I'm gonna go this way because I know that there's like snowstorm goobos around here. Yes, what I need for my freaking hunting lag. My hunting leg. Cut him into pieces. Beat down. I need to kill 4 of these. Ugh. Look at these people gathering some wood. Like 2 men searching for the elusive wood. That's a sickly sneeze. Achoo! There we go. And there's another giboo. I wonder when I'll get like a better freaking axe. I will say mainly just because I do not like the way that this axe looks. That's my one gripe with this one. Is that I just don't really like the way it looks. Fate complete, yay! I did absolutely nothing. Alright. Bonk. And down it goes. There we go. I wonder what these people are doing. I think I know what they're doing. They're farming fates. For the reason why they're doing it, that can depend on a lot of things. How many things do I have? Seals. 1,000, yeah. I should probably go over to my grand company at some point too. So, which enemies do I still need? This image is Providence Point. Yeah, both of them. Okay, yeah, no. Alright. Nothing else. I was about to say, what in the living? But I instantly recognize what that is. That is a mount that you can only get... Or is it? Wait, is it a mount that you can buy? I'm not sure anymore, actually. Well. It's in any case either a mount that you can buy or a mount that requires you to do, I think, currently the hardest content in the game. What is the second lives over here? That's just a quest I get. Alright. Arturia! I can just walk up this, huh? Okay, nice. That is a pretty cool setup, though. Having this enemy come down from its cave. That's freaking good. I like that. So we get a pair of fighter's breeches. Which are pretty actually, they're not that baggy. Only a little bit baggy. Right. That is the wrong quest. Back to Castle So. This place looks so nice. Look at this. My god. So good. Also, after we're done with this quest, I'm gonna probably end it off because... yeah. A video of 51 minutes already, so... Hello, curious Gorge. I've heard your search, Lynn. Have you found aught of my tribe's ancient relics? Should you have the 3 pieces of armor? Done then, and show them to me. Ah, Lynn, that you have found the gears most gratifying. What I would truly fancy would be seeing you in it. Wait, stand still for a moment. The armor so becomes you that I could not tell you had it on at the first glance. But now I can have no doubt. I sense the power of the runes inscribed on each armor, each piece resonating with your soul crystal. This is the long-lost armor of the warrior. I too have found one of the relics, but I have run into an unexpected rub. When I donned the piece, I felt nothing. As if the lost treasures were no different from the unadorned replicas already in my possession. Whether the power has been lost to it, or must needs be awakened by means yet unknown to me, this I cannot say. The ancient texts still hold so many mysteries beyond my ability to decipher. But before I forget, I should mention that to you that I did indeed track down another piece before I was waylaid by this current conundrum. You should find it sealed away at Red Mantis Falls, which is in here. I think we're gonna get the helmet, which is the most ugly part. IMO. I do think I'll probably like run around with the warrior armor for some time. Except for the helmet. I'm gonna replace the helmet with my little crown that I have over this thing, I think, right? Yep, the little lady's crown. Which, do I have the little lady's crown in here? Nah, it's in the, it is in the armory, so I should probably go and make a glamour plate for only that thing. The Red Mantis! There we go. This water looks so nice. Alright, there we get, as I expected, we get the goofy helm. Look at this. I think I can close the visor, right? Yeah. Which is even worse. It's in general just not the best. It's not my style, let me say it like that, huh? Some other people may like it quite a lot, but I do not. I actually got another idea, actually. I actually got another idea, actually. What? So one of the things that I wear with my own character quite a lot is circlets as a headpiece. So now that I've changed the hairstyle of my character, I want to see if the circlet will... if a circlet will fit better now. It didn't fit before because you couldn't see it because of her hair. So I want to see if that works now. Otherwise I'm just going to be wearing the little lady's crown until I find something that appeals more to me. I see your search was a fruitful one. I'm pleased to say that I've also gained some insight into why the armor I found seemed devoid of power. As I alluded to, the ancient warrior's armor derives its power from a concordance between the incantations engraved on the steel itself and the inner beast of the wearer. But my own resonance with the plating was too weak as to follow a proper connection with it. And now I think I know why. My soul crystal. It once burned bright like yours, but since the events at Wineport it has been reduced to a lifeless husk. Why this happened I cannot say, but the tome is quite clear about what would happen were the powers of the armor to be bestowed upon one whose soul is weak. The inner beast would devour the mind of the wearer. It would go on a mindless rampage that would only end with the mercy of death. Yes, not unlike the crazed fiends we battled. I believe that the armor sensed my weakened state, foresaw the potential danger, and then knowingly shut off its powers to me, and I dare say we are fortunate that it did. I feel as though an apology is in order. At this juncture, I must tell you I left this final piece of the armor where I found it. The breastplate, as the piece closest to the warrior's heart, has powers far greater and more dangerous than the other pieces. Uncertain as I was to the reason for my being unable to connect with the plate's mystical energy, I feared to take it would mean imperiling both myself and those around me. Your soul may burn stronger than mine, yet still I worry for your fate, were you to put it on. Look deep within yourself, Lyn, when you feel yourself ready, and only then come speak to me again. Alright. You would truly seek the ultimate relic of my people, the armor that could consume the very soul of the most puissant warrior. Very well, if you are truly convinced of your readiness, I will not be one to stand in your way. But I beg of you, Lyn, the moment you feel yourself losing control and your inner beast overcoming you, cast the armor aside. Cast it from the highest mountain or into the depths of the ocean, I care not. For once the beast consumes your soul, there's no going back. You will rage on, a monster, leaving naught but carnage in your wake. The realm will bleed, and history will repeat itself. I cannot allow this to happen. No, my people have been shunned long enough. I would see the coming of a new age in which warriors protect the weak and are loved and admired by the people of the realm. My years of battle and sleepless nights, spent poring over the ancient texts, all has been for this day. Brother, I know not where fate has led you, and yet I feel certain that in spirit you stand with me today. Together we will restore the honor of our people. You must forgive my sentiment, Lyn. As I said, this has been a long time coming. The breastplate you seek is in the highlands of Coerthas, at the spring they call the Weeping Saint. I will stay behind. The events at Wineport still weigh heavy on my mind. Or heart. Whatever. Alright, my friends, this, however, is... this, however, is going to conclude this episode, I think. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of just us playing Final Fantasy XIV, and next episode we're going to go and continue with this questline. Goodbye.